Got a bye week next week. Gonna help a little bit. Everybody's 6-2. Wow. I hope the Jets lose this week. Oh, damn it.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll see the lefty Tua Tagovailoa. He's gonna have to air it out play this week. It's the Dolphins in the box, and it's coming up next.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami.
This battle of Florida right here, guys.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucks, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Hey, Lamar running to keep me going.
Both teams want to start a new
This one
streak.
I'll take one run 3 times.
This should be a fun one.
We gotta take the ball off. It's all fucking.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9?
Man, I shouldn't feel all green, man. It almost look like my field. Can't see the motherfuckers. They camouflage.
Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft class, Baker Mayfield.
What are they saying, fumble?
Defensive back wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Four of those picks led to the loss. First carry for Sean There's a pick on the vein. Leaves it with 2 to go on second down. And you often say that sort of opens the playbook in second and short. What do you think of really shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and do some things like that.
Just look at him, man. Why do they do that?
Picking up the first down on a 13-yard line. Facing second and short, that gives you a chance to get a bigger play through the air.
I don't think I got this thing set right, man. That's some fucking bullshit. Switch stick delay. Slight. What does that mean? I don't want no delay.
So he sent stuff off throughout the day. Once that rain up off, sometimes I'm still waking up.
He said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards you needed and then some. And made that snap a huge success.
There's a short one taken in behind. Now we're going to get a timeout. Of course, we've got an injury buccaneer. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Line of scrimmage, the 43, on 2nd and 4. Now Mayfield. To the sideline and incomplete. And here Charles has a look at the impact of some of the guys.
All right, you got left hand, he'll be back in 2 weeks. Everybody be back after I bye. Hopefully nobody get hurt today.
Success when the injury bug hits.
And he's going to have the Buccaneers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand for this defense now for getting worn backwards on this drive. Come through another one here, and you have them skipping at a 3rd and long. And that puts the defense in position to dictate to the offense.
Now it's 2nd and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Look at this defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. A really competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better and they're out to prove it again in this game.
Mayfield.
Come on, man. That's some bullshit. This guy did not play like this for me. We getting back there and we missing him to sack him, man.
That means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly got some bonus yards there behind the first down marker, and his early drive will continue with that extra jump from his legs.
Mayfield to throw.
You got to pick that off, guy. We was gone.
That was well played, but it was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly
This guy spent for the fumble, man. Jules hit him like that. He fumbled and spent.
First there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. This is White on the screen.
Oh, come on, guys. We knew that was a screen play. We over there and we can't get to him. Oh, come on. Wow.
You go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rush.
That guy pushed me in the back.
Leave the tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
No penalty, no nothing, man. Yeah.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And Mayfield on the bootleg. And he's left with no option here but to throw.
We can't get to him, man. We throw the ball away before we get to him. That's fucking bullshit, dog.
First down in this situation, because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. To throw, Mayfield.
Oh, come on, man. Turn around and pick that off.
A great effort there. He his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match with body blows. They can withstand them here if they give up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter, that's when the knockout comes.
Something different.
Defense, if they're on the field that long, we'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Touchdown. Here's McGovern for the kickoff. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return there to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. We might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
This is Devon Achane. We'll get this to about the 38. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass? And too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you. Anytime a ball thrown in the middle of the field is popped up in the air, you expect someone to catch them out on its offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So the failure to connect on second down, they lose him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua's going to be taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. The start of this game shaping up nicely on the visiting sideline.
How about that? You get your points on the opening drive, then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There's a hush indeed. So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. They played 5 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The visitors' offense led by their wide receiver headed out for their second possession. He had the touchdown grab on their opening drive, adding to his impressive season total as you check out the NFL leaders in touchdown receptions. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, what kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where you wonder just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
We'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick.
Oh, man, what is this here?
Across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about it.
I mean, ran that guy over. This is some bullshit.
Talking to him and the coaches.
Man, this ain't the same, man. Wow.
Really impressed with that last practice we saw. When they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations, that hardly hit the ground. And I thought, yeah, he may be locked in for this one.
Mayfield now. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And
Something wrong, man. We can't stop him, man.
Here in the early going.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. First down is right. And they managed to pick up about 4 at second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Throw left side complete. That's Evans. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Now a first and 10 at the 11. Play fake. Mayfield. He's taken down. Wow, set back nearly 10 yards here on first down the side. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time...
And what was that, 55 yards?
It's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you got someone to tackle.
They go play action. Mayfield. Firing quickly here and gets complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
But when you hit him on a move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
That was a big window. I'm lucky they didn't get him down. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive run, 3rd and 2. There's a toss coming out left. There's touchdown Buccaneers. Joshua Kelly, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Another impressive drive. So they're 2 for 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into Mexico is stacking.
Hello.
They stack momentum each time now offense. Between those touchdowns, defense had to punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides played at optimum level.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up good.
Now he's talking, man. You right?
14-0. That time a 9-play drive, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Across the 25 to the 27. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They have the game here followed by the open date on the calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
That's going to be caught by Ryder. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They went 3-9 in their first drive. Things already looking better here at 1st and 10.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig into this hole.
Right back to Jordan Ryder for the catch. He takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open, just a little underneath him, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. From the gun, it's Tua. Over the middle, complete to Ryder. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space after routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Now they shoot jet sweep it instead. Right to Madden here. He is going to have the Dolphins first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper like they're moving the ball.
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Throwing down is Hobaleni. And he rifles one incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Here's Hobaleni to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Going to the air. Hobaleni.
Good job.
And the Dolphins have got it back to within the score. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they have no answer for that right there.
Let's go on the extra point. That'll make our score 14-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. After the touchdown, Watts to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all. And if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff. And it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated. That number 9 that time, man, they put a little too much heat on it, don't you think?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air instead he fired an absolute bullet. Here's 2nd and 10. Now again up the middle, this is right. And tough guy there is able to get after about the 41. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Here's Mayfield. Catch right side by Evans. This play comes
Good job, guys.
at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. It's so important to tackle well.
Coach Drew, you on the phone?
Especially to play like this one. 3rd down, the game underneath stuff. You got to
The mic ain't coming on.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. Waddle now to return it. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Dolphin football. Miami's offense set and ready to go. If partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Two in the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going for the deep ball.
That's my ball.
Took a shot there on the 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air.
That was the damn. That was the running back. What are you doing out there?
2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. Gets it to Madden, it's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so 3rd and less than a yard. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter from Miami, it's the Dolphins with the football as they got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. It's 6-2 to start play. They come in off a loss last time out, but overall they've been playing pretty well. 6 wins and 8 prior to that defeat.
Last week they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss. They'll be looking to come back in this one and make amends right now.
In motion left, that's Thornton. Now fake on the jet sweep. And then still right the middle. And he still is yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they continue with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to let this one go deep.
Pass interference.
Winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and controlled you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against it.
So 5 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drive right to the tight end.
They're able to use the size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Tua going to give this to Ryan. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try to keep the defense honest.
And they're also just sit back there to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll roll forward with A-Chain. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2.
Take my 4th and 4.
4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has a good priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
I feel like that was a 1st down. Should challenge it.
McDaniel dialing up the risk here a little bit on fourth down, and they'll go for it. They'll go. H.M. And he will hit the first down before he's tackled on the drive. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Here's a toss left for H.M. He was trying to turn the corner, but he will go nowhere. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running legs have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking at it, 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now the throw returned by Moore. Got his man complete over the middle. That's clever. We gain a 5. And 3rd down and 6 to go.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now Tua. Working the middle of the field, he's got man complete. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've got a great, impressive drive going here. That pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now Tua going to try and sneak it. Touchdown. Tua with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 in the league. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
And this is something right out of Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it will probably work for us. And here, it does.
All right, Dolphin, let's go.
That's where the extra point. We are tied at 14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Tua Tagovailoa who called his own number and finished it off with a touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bucs offense and veteran Chris Godwin getting set for this next drive. And he's right up there amongst the league's best when it comes to racking up receiving yards this season. Currently ranked in the top 5 as things stand here. The Bucs offense set to begin the next possession. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park. And I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team to stay with it. Let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make the run out, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Big go. Got him.
Picked up by Trenton Simpson. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do to you? And you were here the first time.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're saying right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
We talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They bring a receiver in motion right. They'll fake another jet sweep, and instead head off up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Off the play action, tugging by low. Short throw to Smith. His first catch, good for him, and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
First and 10. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the...
Hello.
Make it second and 4.
Good yardage there, first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Right back to reach in on second down. Tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That's a good tackle there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On third down, and he's got the first down as he gets it to the lead.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with second and goal coming up.
That's good hard run right there at first and goal. That gets them down to the 2. It puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Drop down. We'll have to go 4th down.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. Now the Dolphins have taken the lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more.
A lot of good trades. Putting a lot of guys on trading block that we couldn't afford.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Come on, play on nobody.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Decent turn out to the 27-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and goal.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. If it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down.
Pick goal, got him. Good job.
Picked up by Marco Wilson. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. After the turnover, it's Tua. Open man is well complete. And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. the middle, works his way
They gonna cheat. Every time we do something good, they fall hold. Watch them cheat. Told you.
So they got one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Looking to pass to him. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him, and he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you in the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. His throw goes incomplete.
Opponent guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Escaping the pressure away.
Take my 4th and 4, my second one. Good job.
They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half. And he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Pass taken in.
Good job.
They'll take it down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Here's Tua. That's caught Waddle on the left side. And go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up second down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he isn't get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Quick hit, it's complete. Now the Dolphins going to bring the first of their timeouts. As they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. 2 and a throw again. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Smith. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
It's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On play action. Here's Tua. He's taken down. This will cost him 11 yards there on the second and goal sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
From the 15 now after the sack. It's 3rd and goal. Now they'll throw here. The gun. And that is incomplete. Again, rather than the hold on to played defensively, and now brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now drive is started with great field position. It's facing 4th down.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding it and getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they will play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Mayfield down. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go, 8.5, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. How you get, everyone? Let's get you kind of what's going on around the NFL. We are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get our tour started at Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the visiting Lions who come in and get the road victory. Jared Goff, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they've gone to the half in that one with the visiting Saints out on top. Chris Olave, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Elijah Moore, a touchdown reception. It was a strong first half from the lefty to a Tagovailoa. He had a touchdown ball in the end on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
All right, Coach, thank you. Welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They're on the good side of this game right now with a lead, but they were on the bad side last week in that loss to Cincinnati. So now trying to make amends. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up first and 10 at the 31-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. And that could be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. They'll look to throw here. That's going to be caught by Waddle. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now play fake. Here's Hobaleni. Another catch there for Riley. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's what they're able to find them in this type of a situation. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Hobaleni. Throw left side, taken in by Madden. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Completes this one to Meredith. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the box 37.
Go, guys.
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Going to the air, Hobaleni gets it to Meredith complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
You have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll send the tight end in motion. They fake the handoff, now Tua. Right side, Fulton with it. They wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and trying to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Run straight in with A-Chain. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Again, it's A-Chain. Brought down the ball before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. It's a change. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's second and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just a third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
Good job, guys.
Taking it in from a yard out. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. To try to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the drive finished off with a touchdown run from Devon Achane. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Come up on 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Here's White. They set up the screen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, they certainly have their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And a quick throw there is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Flush to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
To throw, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Good job, guys.
Pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down, count out.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point of the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this could require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And a nice space special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Miami set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He's got it complete.
Good job.
Right down to the 29.
Bomb for this half. Good job, guys. Should be able to get the touchdown.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the 23, here's a 2nd and 4. Tua going to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. Now Tua. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. He's got Smith here. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
It's not cool about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Touchdown, Dolphins! John Smith, a 7-yard touchdown.
Good job, guys.
As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Lots of look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive on time of 6 plays. And it was Jonnu Smith, the big tight end, who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move them fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. From the gun, Mayfield. Over the middle, Kirby. It's Evans. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on it, and they pick up the first down.
And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up
Tough
to
sweat.
Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multi-dimensional in this one, when they partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Mayfield. This is White on the screen. And taking it across.
You know it's a screen. How's he getting his pass off?
The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver. He's brought down. More than one defender there. That's a loss of 5 on the set.
But what they got to do now, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he backs it away. It falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Wide open receiver complete.
Come on, guys.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. But no reason not to try it there. They do indeed convert on 4th. So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
This is obviously a really bad block, but one of the few things they can still do is try to throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Mayfield to throw it. It's caught. This is White. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. Here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
Well, they need 2. Here's 3rd down. Mayfield with it once more. And Mayfield again with the interception. His 3rd. It's Deontay Banks with it. And they will as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys to scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
The Dolphins offense had Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Down inside the 40.
Brandon, we got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Right back to A-Chain on second down. They get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here's 3rd and 3. A-Chain on the counter. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they'll pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Flying in to pick up that sack, Jordan Brooks.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built on the efforts of this defense.
Lane drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I like what they tried to do there, tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he can make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. The Bucs trying on fourth down to come up empty. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Achan. Well, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right in the yard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Third down and 1. Achan here, they stay on the ground. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be short.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And they'll take this into the end zone for the Dolphins touchdown. Achan, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter. To try to add the PAT. This one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Achan who finished things off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And no run back here. It's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again, and they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more bonus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Mayfield now. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after coverage. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Mayfield looks to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down. To throw again. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And Godwin going to have a Bucs first down as he's going to get this down to the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Very quickly there, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mayfield. He's taken down. John Kaminsky able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and forever. They'll drop the throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
Guys with his time in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach had plenty to say about this game.
Oh, yeah, it's a good comeback. I believe the Bengals beat you.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on the punt for Tampa Bay. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A chance for Waddle on the return. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins offense and running back to Devon Achane making their way back out. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into their week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Tua going to take this forward on a jet sweep. Well, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
I'm supposed to go out of bounds, dummy.
Yards there and another 1st down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
They're always hoping on that type of a play that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify. I said getting the wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Nice game, guys.
It's tough to bring him down that time.
Oh,
he
come
surges
on.
forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one. Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Miami, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well.
Good job, TT. Good come back.